Somehow, this completely escaped my entire life up until now. How old is... When did this come out? Because this could be early 2000s or last year. Generic intro into that goes. We're back with another nostalgic video. Today we're doing Megamind, which is a movie that has a lot of memes, but I know basically nothing about it. There's a blue guy with a big head and a big forehead. Let's go ahead and jump on into it.
Hey folks,
alright, I know literally nothing about Megamind. I know that there's like the meme of like no blank and he's just like giving you like puppy dog eyes, and there's like a dude with like, he's blue with a big head. I guess that's Megamind, because his mind has to be mega with that much space.
Hello.
But yeah, I know nothing about Megamind.
Remember,
last week's video was The Princess Bride, another movie I knew nothing about.
Animation. Usually what comes to mind is Shrek, Kung Fu Panda, How
seen
to
these.
Train Your
Haven't seen that
Dragon,
one.
Babies First. Oh my god, shut up, man.
Good B movie.
And surprisingly, more often than not.
How old is Megamind?
Don't take this the wrong way, but why?
How old is... When did this come out?
Make no mistake, I thought the film was alright. I thought it was pretty clever and had
I can't idea. By the animation.
Really seem to connect with this.
Because this could be early 2000s or last year.
When, apparently the Batman and Robin of DreamWorks sequels was released this year. This got a lot of people looking back to re-examine why the original worked so well, and yeah, I guess I wanted to revisit it for similar reasons too. As someone who saw this film as totally fine, but not a game changer in any way, I've been interested in why so many people adore it as much as they do. I guess since it came out in 2010, you could argue...
2010? This movie came out 15 years ago.
But I don't think it's just that.
And I pretty much never heard of it.
Felt like this movie was really speaking to them, and I've
seen the memes, and that's it.
So, seeing how I literally haven't seen it since it came out, I want to give this film another go and see why so many people swear by it, and examine whether or not I'm missing something. So let's go back in time to
2010.
Twilight and Jersey Shore were all the rage. Okay, I'm already seeing why people value this. Let's take a look at
well, I've never seen Jersey Shore or Twilight.
The film opens with a monologue from our hero/villain named Megamind, played by Will Ferrell, who seems to be falling.
Wait, he's played by Will Ferrell?
Here's my day so far. I'm falling to my death. How did it all come to this?
I did not look at him and think Will Ferrell.
I bet you're wondering how it got here, intro. Alright, to be fair, this
Record
is over
scratch.
a decade old and a family film, so I think you can give that trope a little leeway.
I had a fairly standard childhood.
Same.
I was 8 days
Apparently
old
not.
and still living with my parents.
A flashback shows his world literally crumbling, as even when he's the only survivor of an alien race, he's still less important than someone else.
Isn't that like
Far better
Superman
looking
or something?
alien race sends their last surviving child too, and he takes what would have been his life of luxury as Megamind literally lands in jail.
Okay, now that's sad.
Reality says sure, why not, and allows the prisoners to raise Megamind in the ways of evil.
And not
really?
building objects of mayhem.
He sadly has no powers apart from extreme intellect.
How do they just let him stay
When he
there?
goes to school, he sees his rival as all sorts of bells and whistles.
Oh, they just happen to go to the
Most of
same
them
school.
Very showy in 3D. Yes, this film tries hard to remind us that
the
this was in
stupid-
fact made for 3D.
The 3D gimmick back in the day.
All the praise. Evil is sent to quiet time in the corner.
After spending years as an outcast and jokes that probably wouldn't play too well today, but I still think are kind of funny, Megamind decides to embrace his villainhood.
And do...
Years later, still fighting, as his nemesis becomes a superhero adopting the name
Metro Man. That's a decent name. Brad Pitt. Now I could see that.
So you may notice this is in the days when DreamWorks Animation was still trying to figure out their style. The funny thing is, they were pretty good at making unappealing characters look appealing. Like Megamind or his monster sidekick played by David Cross, simply named Minion. Yes, there was another anime movie sidekick that year named Minion, and sadly that's not the one objectifying merchandise.
Yep.
But whenever they need to make characters look cute or attractive, that's bizarrely when they start to look ugly. Like local damsel in distress reporter Roxanne Ritchie, played by Tina Fey.
Is there some kind of nerdy supervillain website where you get Tesla coils and blinky dials?
She's supposed to be a knockout, but she just looks like the boss baby with hair. I think it's the creepy
I don't
huge
know,
eyes
Boss Baby.
and flushed cheeks and weird small lips. They all look like Margaret Keane mannequins. I don't like looking
What?
at them. I guess Metro Man looks okay, even though he's eerily
That chin.
close to looking like the
Jesus.
president from Monsters vs. Aliens. God, wait, some of these early DreamWorks characters gross me out. He looks like a California raisin.
Roxanne, don't panic, Roxy.
California
I'm on my
raisin.
way.
I'm not panicking.
Megamind lures Metro Man to a false location, planning to zap him with a death ray. They trade supposedly good quips back and forth.
I think your warranty is about to expire.
Maybe I got an extended warranty.
Warranties are invalid.
Girls, you're both pretty. Can I go home now?
Nice.
I think I'm gonna say that whenever an internet battle over anything happens.
Yeah, just you're both pretty.
Megamind
Yeah.
surprise, Metro Man admits his secret weakness is copper, so he's unable to escape
Huh?
and he's blown up with a death ray.
Copper.
I hate how every bit of advertising gave away he's not really dead. Even the IMDb shows he's
Wait,
fine.
what?
Because
Wait,
otherwise
he
this would be
faked
one
his
of my
death?
favorite dark fake outs.
What?
I want you to carry on with the dreary, normal things you... Let's just have fun with this, come on.
With no one to stop him, Megamind takes over the city. doing
Wait,
pretty
wait,
much
he
whatever
really-
wants,
wait,
but
he's
instantly
evil.
feels empty.
We have it all. Then why do I feel so... melancholy?
Melancholy, you mean?
DreamWorks animated superhero movie.
No,
is
you
still kind of
can't.
A different angle. I love The Incredibles. I think it's a better film.
I've seen
but
Incredibles.
it does go more the traditional route. This is definitely a
Or just the
different
first movie.
take. At least in terms of how family superhero movies go.
I've made a horrible mistake. I meant to destroy you, but I didn't think it would really work.
Megamind goes to the Metro Man Museum to figure out why he
He
feels
has a
nothing,
museum
and
is nuts.
coincidentally bumps into Roxanne. Oh, and look, Ben Stiller's voice for some
Roxanne.
reason.
Bernard, it'll just be
Roxanne.
another minute.
Good song.
Okay. Oh, and his kids voice some students too? What, do you have a hand in making it or something? Oh, he did! With Guillermo del Toro?
What? Why?
J.K. Simmons. Okay, I'm gonna stop randomly
Wait,
naming
J.K.
people because they just show up here.
Why does J.K. Simmons have the most
Disguises
random
himself as Bernard
roles?
to talk to Roxanne and figures out
Loved
what's
him
missing is
Whiplash.
another hero for him to fight. So he uses some of Metro Man's DNA.
And
to
also
apply his
in Portal 2.
This will extract the source of Metroman's awesome power.
Okay, I have no idea if this is intentional, but that looks like a cameraman reflection. If that is, then that's automatically the
No,
funniest
that's
joke in the
definitely
movie.
the beaker.
It's Roxanne. I just
Sure?
found his secret hideout.
Roxanne discovers his hideout, so
And he's
Megamind
still alive.
continues
Oh,
the
just-
facade of being Bernard. Some of this can be pretty entertaining.
His strength's too much. Oh, I work out.
Oh, this is cool.
It's really paying off.
You
Oh,
for a
nice.
reporter, she doesn't question enough things.
Yeah.
The gun with the superpowers accidentally hits her cameraman Hal, played by Jonah Hill.
I
Oh,
was
and he-
just about to make my frontal assault.
Why is
rescue
Jonah
you,
Hill in
but,
this?
Like 50 ninjas tried to attack me.
That's just how Jonah Hill defended the movie Don't Look Up as well.
What? Oh.
Powers grow, Megamind pretends to be his father from another planet,
He's-
and I never thought you'd have to teach a comedian
how
how
can
to
he
do a
do
Marlon
that?
Brando impression, but I think Farrell needs that course.
This is a dream come true.
Oh.
You've been blessed with unfathomable power.
I think I
Unlike
know
your
who that
space
he's
dad.
trying to be.
He sounds like the brain has that pierced
I don't
tongue
know.
guy from Rat Race in his teeth. It
What?
doesn't work, and not really in a funny way. He tries to train him as a hero and even calls him Titan, but he's so self-absorbed and rotten
Titan?
he can't get through to his good side.
To Titan, tomorrow, you will fight Megamind, and the city will know your name.
Oh, so he's
To the only city
creating.
that looks more like a middle finger than Chicago does.
Nice. Nice. Ah.
Hey folks, I'm playing Arkham City every Friday on Twitch.
Cool.
We also got
I
content
stream on
5
Fridays and
days a
Saturdays.
week.
Should be starting
See you
Crash
there.
Bandicoot tomorrow, or actually today, as it's almost 3 in the morning. Yeah, I don't know what
To make
sleep is.
Roxanne
I'm tired.
happy, Megamind cleans up a lot of the damage he did to the city, though she's completely unaware that she's been speaking to him the whole time. And this disturbs Minion.
The bad guy doesn't get the girl.
Maybe I don't want to be the bad guy anymore.
Oh,
Yeah, how about
that
that?
scream.
Plot that sounds similar to another film this year that's not
I
Disney.
haven't seen Despicable Me.
Are you? This causes them to have a falling out, leading to both a pathetically sad but also really funny goodbye.
Good luck on your date.
I will.
That doesn't even make any sense.
I know.
How most supervillains say I love you to one another.
Is it really?
Roxanne figures out what Megamind is up to in the most nonsensical way.
How? Oh.
See, in this world, that Rise of Skywalker dagger thing could totally work. Nah, it's still good.
I haven't seen
reveals
Star Wars.
himself as Titan.
Whoops. Savior, you are lucky to have such a great hero here.
The
Bro's
contrast to how
easily
beautifully
floating
elegant
through the air.
Superman Lois flight is compared to the chaotic clumsiness of Titan and Roxanne just makes the scene all the more hilarious.
I have powers.
You don't understand.
And he's
why.
tall.
This
Just take a
isn't
deep
right.
breath and listen
You're
to me for a
supposed to
moment.
be with me.
I'll admit,
Oh.
At first I found Hal to be a pretty boring villain. But when you sadly do
So
meet
he's
a
the
few
villain
horny,
now?
brainless creeps in your life, you do
So
realize.
did he make him a
yeah,
villain
having
so that
superpowers is
Megamind
kinda
would be the
terrifying.
hero? Or
It's
Megamind
Titan.
would be the...
It's Titan, not Hal.
Man, this is the biggest a-hole Jonah Hill's ever played since Jonah Hill.
Roxanne.
War
I'm
Dogs
late.
is great.
Causes her to be late to her date. Yeah, how did she get down from that building? And
That's a
Megamind is
question.
accidentally outed.
What about everything you just said?
Why are you so evil?
Again, I
'Cause
originally
he's
found this
blue?
third act breakup and liar reveal plot pretty lame the first time. But I will admit the expression on his face really says a lot without having to say a lot.
Do you really think that I would ever be with you?
Oh.
The way he said that and the way it was animated clearly shows this is all he's
Somebody
ever known.
spent time in that.
It's not even that he wanted to be this way, it's just that's all he's ever been taught. And he learned it so well that when he tried something else, he was both too good and too bad at it. And you can't really blame Roxanne either, that's all she's ever known him as too. A deceiver. I wish it was
Oh,
just
well.
a little
The fact that he
less
could change
rom-com-y,
forms is
but it
nuts.
does still work.
Bring out the Black Mamba.
In light of these
Black
events, he
Mamba,
plays
rest
his
in peace,
classic
Kobe.
good versus evil fight with Titan, but Titan never shows. In fact, he's
Huh?
actually doing more evil than good. However, Megamind gets his fight when he reveals he's the one dating Roxanne. This battle is also pretty
Oh.
hilarious.
They're fighting over a girl.
Come out, you little freak!
I am way too
What?
big a sucker for giant, massive, loud machines somehow sneaking around.
Oh, the Transformers
Megamind
movie.
finds out Titan is so evil he wants to kill him as opposed to take him to jail. He tries Copper to defeat him, but for some reason it doesn't work.
Why doesn't
so he
it
goes
work?
to Roxanne for help.
What do you want?
Help.
An intro course to meme generator. I might have something with that previous image.
There it is. There's the meme.
Agrees to help him, knowing Titan will destroy the city if she doesn't. So they go to Metro Man's old home, where, like I said, every
He's still
commercial
alive.
ruined the twist of Metro Man is still alive.
But we saw your skeleton. You were dead.
Are you a ghost?
No. Easily the funniest scene in the
How has he
film.
been hiding for all
Talks
these
about
years?
How he decided he was tired of the same old game and he ran away from his responsibilities. All in a literal millisecond.
I decided to go
Oh,
clear
he's
my
that
head.
fast. Okay.
Tried to get my mind off how I was
He's
feeling,
Superman.
but I just felt stuck.
I love this because it's almost like saying if Superman is so fast he could fly around the Earth in time travel, why couldn't he be so fast he could do something like this? There's like
True.
a million conflicts that could have been resolved with this. And it doesn't even take like
Yeah.
a few minutes in his time. It takes like a week.
But what about what I wanted to do? No one said this hero thing had
Is
to
he
be a
always
lifetime
like
gig. I can be whatever I
Or
want.
did he choose to be that fast for that
This is how he
time?
promoted reading. Clearly he wasn't a fast reader, so that gives you an idea.
Read words,
Decides
kids.
to do what most people who abandon their true talents do, go into music.
I have eyes that can see.
Brad Pitt.
Through lead.
Can Brad Pitt
Sing
actually
that
sing?
bad, unless the guy who directed these is involved.
Cats and.
He says he's put
No, I
in his
don't know
time
those
and he's
movies.
done,
Never
so
seen them.
Megamind
I think I've
decides
watched
he's
Nostalgia
done as well and
movie
returns
on
to prison.
or review on Cats.
Thousands have already fled the city in a mass exodus.
So he turns.
Remaining
Oh,
citizens are
because
warned to stay indoors until further notice.
So this is where I get a little
So-
split on the movie.
why does Titan
Roxanne
still
goes to reason
destroy
with
everything?
Titan, but he kidnaps her and uses her as bait to lure out Megamind. He of course goes to rescue her, and the villain fights the hero. But get this, the roles are reversed, and yeah, nothing much funny is done with it. It's just a pretty generic action scene with pretty generic dialogue.
This is the last time you make a fool out of me!
I made you a hero. You did the fool thing all by
So I guess-
yourself.
And I gotta say, it's weird that only 2 major roles are switched up when there's 4 major characters you could use.
I guess Mega
Obviously,
Man lost
Titan
his
has to
powers
be the
then
villain, but maybe you
because
can
they
have
gave the
Roxanne
powers
as
to
the
him.
hero, and Megamind is the captive, and Metro Man is the person
Metro
who
Man,
can't
that's
solve the
it.
problem. Or
Mega Man's a
Megamind
video game
is the
character.
hero, Metro Man is the captive, and Roxanne is the person who can't solve the problem. Whatever combo you go with, everyone can discover something different about themselves from a different point of
How
view.
do you go from a car to a
Because
bike?
you could argue Metro Man's kind of the useless bystander, kind of like what Hal was before, but then Roxanne's still in the same role. It just feels like there's more opportunities that could have been taken advantage of here. Because this is so boring to me. Yet they're acting like something like this has never been done in a comedy.
He's the real hero. Thing about bad
Oh,
guys,
no.
they always lose.
You won.
Well, I finally had a reason to win.
We're the
Oh.
good guys now.
I guess we are.
Put him in the.
Like,
You're
remember
in a
when
fountain.
Enchanted brought up the daring idea that a woman can save the day, even though it's been done in a
What is
lot of
that?
movies by
What
that
is this
point,
movie?
even in Disney films.
Where do you have a
It kinda
sword
has
for a
that.
dragon?
Granted, I still like that movie fine, and I still like this one too. So I don't know, maybe I'm reading too much into it. The focus is still on Megamind, and the point's still gotten across. He doesn't have to be what he thinks fate is determined for him. I guess you could argue it is kind of interesting that not every major character has a major part. You could argue it's teaching you that some people who leave really will just leave and never come back.
I mean,
some
yeah.
folks can overcome, but others are just gonna let you down.
Some people do get
There's
burned
some
out.
valuable stuff here for a family film. I just wish if it wasn't doing anything that new, it'd at least do something really funny. And this...
You're living a fantasy.
I mean,
There
it's
is no
actually a
Easter
pretty
Bunny,
unique story,
there is
kind
no
of. Well,
Tooth
not
Fairy,
unique, but...
And there is no Queen of England.
What?
Okay, it's sometimes funny. And true.
Well, I guess there's no
Brings us
Queen
to
of
where we
England
started
anymore.
off, as he totally dies, y'all. No, he figures a way out and takes away the powers from Titan. He, of course, is the new hero in town and even ends up getting
She just
together
hugged
with
his
Blessing.
spikes. Dude is literally wearing a spike collar.
Sorry.
And you know, 2010's anime movie, so of course,
Has
there's
to have a
dance
song,
party
yep.
at the end.
And all the people have just like mustaches and suits.
He probably killed millions going psycho on that city, but it's all good fun. We have fun here.
Oh.
And that
Nice.
was Megamind. It's about as good as I remember it.
Somehow this
Yeah, there was no
completely
major
escaped my
development
entire
watching it
life
again that completely
up
changed
until
my
now.
mind, but it's still perfectly fine. Maybe part of why so many enjoy it is that a lot of younger people grew up with this film and were introduced to some
I mean,
of
I
its
was
ideas.
13 when this
Bad
came
turning
out.
Good, fate is what you make it. People
So I was
surprising
probably a
you in
little
both
too
good and
old
bad ways.
for this.
Also, if you're an adult
Yeah.
that really gravitated towards this film, maybe you're drawn to the fact that it's a character that's had a very checkered past, hasn't been taught that great, but still accomplishes a lot I guess those are ideas that a lot of adults
But
can
kids
connect
don't.
to.
Yeah, the kids
It's
don't
also an
won't
animated
connect to
family
that,
movie
but
that
adults will.
doesn't talk down too
His
much
spikes
to
are
its
bigger
viewers.
there.
There's a lot of moments of characters just having conversations and not always needing to throw in a sight gag or one-liner, which might be unique for younger people watching animated comedies. I guess if I was a kid, I would respect the fact that they're trying to have more adult conversations and talk about adult ideas, and seeing it in a major animated
The
movie,
meme.
maybe that would have connected with me. If I grew up with it, maybe I'd see more of the impact.
The
it
fact that
had,
it's
but
Will
as is,
Ferrell's
I still see
shocking.
it as a good flick.
I don't know who would have been a
It's
better
message,
voice actor for him
jokes,
though.
and
Oh yeah,
animation.
Chris Pratt.
It's not a personal favorite, but its hard work and
No,
effort makes it
jokes.
just super enough.
Honestly, no. Or
Not the
Chris Pratt,
nostalgia.
aka Scotty Hatberg.
Listen, you don't have.
If you know Moneyball, great movie. Love Moneyball.
Girls, you're both pretty. Can I go home now?
Nice.
We're still doing cameos for charity, and this month we're doing Wings for Life.
Also, apparently,
Wings for
I'm
Life is a
over
not-for-profit
200 Nostalgica
spinal cord
videos now
research
between
foundation.
this channel
Their mission
and
is
the
to
main
find a
channel.
cure for
Because
spinal
this is the
cord
alternate
injuries.
channel.
They fund world-class scientific
Which is
research
just
and
wild.
clinical trials around the
They're all in
world
one
aimed at
playlist
healing
though.
the injured
That's
spinal
not on
cord.
this channel, I
With
don't believe.
100%
If
rating
you look
on
at the Duck
Charity
Goes Movie
Navigator,
Nostalgia
this
Rating
is definitely
playlist, there
a
should be
wonderful
one.
one to check out.
And
So if
even
you want
videos
a
on this
cameo
channel.
from me saying happy birthday or
Get
congrats
outta
or
here.
whatever,
Do that. He also
go ahead and
roasts
click on the
you.
link below and be giving to a wonderful organization. Or if you're like, screw you, I would never want a cameo from you, at least consider looking at this charity anyway, because they really do amazing work. So please consider either getting a cameo, donating, or spreading the word about what a wonderful foundation this is.
Okay. Good thing. Spinal cord injuries, bad things you don't want to experience. Oh, Resident Evil 2 Part 3? The loudest scream I've ever had in my entire life was playing Resident Evil 2. It was my first time playing Resident Evil. I think it was like my first time streaming a scary game. And yes, I consider Resident Evil 2 a scary game. Those videos are on my channel. There's a playlist on my channel actually called Resident Evil 2, I believe. And I recently played, and then I played through 1. I don't even think I posted on YouTube because I did not enjoy that one that much. And that it also took me forever to play it. Then I played 3, and I believe I played 4 last year or 2 years ago or something like that. Really enjoyed all those games aside from 1. But this was Megamind. Lots of stars for voice actors in this one that I had no idea. I had no idea this movie came out in 2010. You could have told me this movie came out in 2019. I would have believed you. Not 2020 because nothing came out in 2020 because everything stopped in 2020. But if you could have told me this movie came out in 2019, I would have believed you. You could have told me that Megamind was voiced by literally anyone other than Will Ferrell, and I probably would have believed you. But yeah, this is Megamind. I look forward to the next Nostalgia video, whatever that shall be. I know the Pearl Harbor video is one that people have been telling me to do for a while. Maybe Robin Hood, I'm not really sure. There's another one that, like, it's a Batman movie or something like that. That might be an option. I'm not really sure, but I really hope you enjoyed this video. I look forward to the next one. I hope to see you there. Shout out to patrons. Could not do this was not for them. But until next video, take care and keep the music.